Good day, I am Zaren Sarmiento and I will be discussing the topic about trading in the stock exchange. The stock exchange is a market for trading shares where investors can buy and sell stock in a variety of companies. It is a place where various financial instruments such as equities, commodities, and bonds are traded. A company lists its shares on the stock exchange by meeting and maintaining the listing requirements of a specific stock exchange. Exchanges bring together corporations, governments, and investors. Exchanges contribute to market liquidity, which means that there are enough buyers and sellers for trade to be processed efficiently and without delays. A publicly traded company is regularly scrutinized by various government agencies which require periodic reporting on the firm's performance and plans. Firms seeking to raise funds may do so by issuing stock shares domestically, internationally, or both. Although it is advantageous for big companies to raise capital by issuing stock on more than one exchange, individual investors may have a limited opportunity to profit from pricing differences among stock exchange due to market efficiency. As a result, arbitrage opportunities vanish quickly. A stock exchange does not own any stock. Instead, it serves as a marketplace for stock buyers and sellers. Stocks can be traded on a variety of exchanges, including New York Stock Exchange, or the NYSE, and the NASDAQ. Although most stocks are traded through a broker, understanding the relationship between exchanges and the companies that trade is critical. In addition, different exchanges have different requirements designed to protect investors. A stock exchange is a centralized location where corporations and governments can buy and sell equities. Auction-based exchanges, such as the New York Stock Exchange, enable traders and brokers to communicate, buy and sell orders both physically and verbally. Electronic exchanges takes place on electronic platforms, so no centralized physical location is required for trades. By avoiding market markers, electronic communication networks connect buyers and sellers directly. Exchanges also ensure that trading takes place in an orderly and fair manner, allowing important financial information to reach investors and financial professionals. Following a company's initial public offering, stocks become available on an exchange for the first time, or IPO. In an IPO, known as the primary market, a company sells shares to an initial group of public shareholders. Following the flotation of shares to public shareholders, these shares can be sold and purchased on an exchange or the secondary market. Next is the purpose of stock exchanges. Stock exchanges act as an agent for the economy by facilitating trade and disseminating information. Number 1. Raising capital. Through initial public offerings or IPO or issuing of new shares, companies are able to raise capital to fund operations and expansion projects. This provides companies with avenues to increase growth. Number 2 is corporate governance. Companies that are publicly listed on a stock exchange must conform to reporting standards that are set by regulating bodies. This includes having to regularly and publicly report their financial statements and earnings to their shareholders. The actions of a company's management are constantly under public scrutiny and directly affect the value of the company. Public reporting helps ensure that management will make decisions that benefit the goals of the company and its shareholders, thereby acting efficiently. Number 3 is economic efficiency. In addition to encouraging management efficiency, exchanges also facilitate economic efficiency through the allocation of capital. Stock exchanges provide an avenue for individuals to invest their cash, as opposed to merely saving these funds. This means that the capital that would otherwise be untouched is utilized towards the economic benefits, resulting in a more efficient economy. In addition, exchanges also provide liquidity, as it is relatively easy to sell one's holdings. By providing liquidity and real-time price information on company shares, the stock exchange also encourages an efficient market by allowing investors to actively decide the value of companies through supply and demand. These are the top 10 largest exchanges in the world. Number 1 is the NYSE, or the New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange is the world's largest stock exchange located at 11 Wall Street, New York City, USA. NYSE has a market capitalization of $26.2 trillion and has more than 2,400 companies listed. The companies listed include many blue chip companies that are diversified across all sectors. Number 2 is the National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotations, or the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is the world's second largest stock exchange located at 151 W 42nd Street, New York City. It was the first electronically traded stock exchange in the world, established in 1971. Nasdaq has a total market cap of $28.28 billion and more than 3,000 companies listed with an average trading volume of $1.26 every month. Number 3 is the Shanghai Stock Exchange, or SSE. Shanghai Stock Exchange, or SSE, is the third largest stock exchange in the world and the biggest in Asia, located in Shanghai, China. It was established in the year 1866. However, it was adjourned in 1949 due to Chinese Revolution and leads its modern foundation for establishment in 1990. SSE comprises more than 1,500 public limited companies whose combined market capitalization is $6.87 trillion. Number 4 is the European New Exchange Technology, or Euronext. Euronext is a multi-state stock exchange which is located in Amsterdam, Netherlands. In other words, it operates exchanges in the Amsterdam, London, Paris, Lisbon, Brussels, Dublin, Milan, and Oslo. It was founded in the year 2000. This is also known as the European Stock Exchange and is considered the best stock exchange in Europe. Also, Euronext has more than 1,300 companies listed with a total market capitalization of $6.65 trillion. Number 5 is Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Hong Kong Stock Exchange was established in the year 1891 and is the third largest exchange in Asia. It is considered to be the world's major financial hub. Also, it has more than 2,200 companies, of which 50% from China. The current market capitalization is $43.64 trillion, where the large portfolio comes from the top 20 companies. Number 6 is Tokyo Stock Exchange, or TSE. Tokyo Stock Exchange is also known as Tosho, headquartered in Tokyo, Japan. It was founded in the year 1898. After World War II, TSE suspended its operations for 4 years and later resumed operations in 1949. TSE has more than 3,500 companies listed whose cumulative market capitalization is more than $5.67 trillion. The two leading indices of TSE are Tokyo Price Index and the Nikkei 225. 7 is Shenzhen Stock Exchange. Shenzhen Stock Exchange, oriented in Shenzhen, popularly known as the Silicon Valley of China. It was established in 1990 and is the second largest stock exchange in China after the Shanghai Stock Exchange. Also, it is an independent running stock exchange in China, followed by Shanghai Stock Exchange and Beijing Stock Exchange. SZSE comprises more than 1,900 companies with a market capitalization of $5.24 trillion. Most companies are based in China and trade in the yuan currency. Also, it provides a trading platform for two sets of shares: a share that trade in local currency and B, shares trading in US dollars for foreign investors. 8 is the London Stock Exchange. London Stock Exchange is among the oldest exchanges in the world, which was set up in 1801. It is owned and administered by the London Stock Exchange Group. It was the first to set up European benchmark price, market, and equity market liquidity data. There are approximately 3,000 companies listed on the LSE with a total market capitalization of $4.13 trillion. 9 is the Toronto Stock Exchange or TSX. TSX is a wholly owned subsidiary of the financial services company of TMX Group. It was established in the year 1861 and is based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The TSX has more than 2,200 companies listed, which accounts for a total market capitalization of $3.1 trillion. 10 is the Bombay Stock Exchange or BSE. Bombay Stock Exchange is among the oldest stock exchanges in Asia, set up in 1875 during British rule. It is one of the top 10 stock exchanges in the world. BSE is the largest stock exchange in India, which is located in Dalal Street, Bombay. BSE has the largest number of listed companies, more than 4,500. However, most companies are small scale. Also, it has contributed to the growth of companies' financial markets and corporate sectors. The total market capitalization is $3.5 trillion. That is my report for today. Thank you so much for listening.